Hey y'all, we just did this base face using all cream products except for the translucent powder and sponges. Yeah, so this video we're going to be using Spellcast Beauty. Where'd I put her? Oh, it's under all this other stuff. I did my base like I do for clients, except I used sponges because I don't even really use sponges for clients. But anyway, that's what we did today. So this is what we're using. Brows are done, of course. Spellcast Beauty, which is Notoriously Morbid's sister brand. You purchase it from the Notoriously Morbid website. I have a 15% off code down below. Garden, I was going to say Garden Grunge. They have a Garden Grunge. This is Neon Garden. This is what it looks like. We're doing another 90's eyeshadow look. Very pastel. And I'm thinking to do this quad. And then for the next look, do these two. Or should we just do 1 and 1? Because y'all know I could easily put all 8 shades on. We might just do that. I think we're going to do that. So I don't have anything set out yet because I literally just finished this base face less than 3 minutes ago. And so I cut it off and then cut it back on over here. So I'm just, right now, I am moving all of the stuff that we did use out of the way. So we're going to go ahead and prime the eye. We're going to do the intro as we do that. Excuse me. I got stuff everywhere. Hello and welcome. My name is Dion. I call this the crazy troll nation of YouTube. Why? Crazy concept. Be your authentic self in a world where people will tell you who and how you should be. I'm here to tell you, just be who you are. It is very freeing. The troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. Try not to feel like you need to use a certain brand, a certain tool, or a certain technique. Use whatever you want to, however you want to get your makeup on in a way that you are satisfied with it. I don't know about anywhere else in these YouTube streets. Yes, I said streets. But here at the Crazy Troll Nation, we believe in self-acceptance and self-love, embracing your natural features, enhancing them if you want to, when you want to, but never because you feel like you have to. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even when you're not wearing face paint. That's what we stand for here. That is the motto. I'm still just moving stuff out my way. Where was I? 2 things about me, if you haven't been here before or if you haven't heard my intro before. 2 things about me. 1, I curse sometimes because I curse sometimes. The other thing is there's an organism that lives in my throat that randomly hiccups, gurgles, and belches. I promise you, I try to be aware of it to say excuse me, but sometimes I don't even hear it or notice it until I'm watching it back after it already aired on YouTube. And I'm just like, girl, like you really didn't hear or feel that. This is dry. And it is getting to that point where, yeah, it's almost done. And I took the stopper out once and it just made it dry out quicker. And I was just like, and so it's not blending out the way it used to. This is Max Pink Pot and this shade is Groundwork. We're putting that on over here. I think we are just going to try and do all of these shades. But we'll just put like 2 for transition, 2 for lower lash line, because that's 4 shades right there. There's only 8 in the palette. I don't know if I want to push myself and have this edited for today. Today I believe is the 7th and it is about 4:30 in the morning. And that's why yesterday's video didn't show up until like 7:20 because I had just finished editing it and then, you know, uploading it to YouTube and all of that. But I don't know if I want to push myself to do that now because I could just have this go up on Saturday, which Saturday is the day of the event and it is a 90's theme. So like this is right on time. I don't need that brush. So this is right on time. I was gonna pull out a foundation brush, y'all. My face is done. Let me know what you think of this face. Yeah, I was my client today. I did my face like I do clients' faces, except I didn't use brushes, except at the very end, just topping stuff. I have 2 pieces of dry skin right here, and they are really annoying me, but I don't have tweezers handy to get it off. And so, yeah, so that's just gonna be there. Maybe if I can tuck it inside my nose. It ain't working. It worked for one of them, but it just does. Oh, did it? Okay. Oh, okay, I got it. This one now moved down here. And now, where's that a different dry spot? Y'all like, girl, just get to the video. I hear you. It's bothering my OCD. It's just like a piece of... See, now I made it worse. Let me see if I can just get it to lay down so it's not looking so prominent. I think that's better. Except when I turned and you can see it. Y'all were like, we would not have noticed if you ain't say nothing. I know. We're going. Ooh. I'm thinking putting all these on the lid. We're going to be ultra funky in a good way. We're going to do the pink, and then the green, and then this shade, and then that one. Yeah, y'all, we gonna funk it down. So the pink is, thank you if you do use my code. I figured out how I want to incorporate more member exclusive content. So if you've been thinking about membership, I would love to have you. This shade, I should have known it had a flip to it. This is the one we're using. That's what that looks like. This is Bright Bloom. And again, this palette is called Neon Garden. So we're going to put that here. We're going to put all 4 of these on the lid. So you know what? This won't look really weird with the... You know what? It won't look weird even if we put the red next to it and then do blue and then the green. Because this... Looking down here, I see blue. This that you see right here, that's what I see down here, and then I see it goes pink as it's blended out. This is pretty. This is my first look not using my lethal BYOPs, y'all. And I'm excited to do this because I've been wanting to use this palette and like for another 90s pastel look. Even though I'm not gonna do that with lethal, but I'm like, I need to use these palettes. If I do use all 8 of these shades today, our next looks will be with the Angela palette from Sigma, because I have not used that one yet either, and we have swatched it. Y'all know that's the first thing we do. Y'all look at that. Oh my goodness. All right, we're gonna take this brush. Do I want to take this one and see? I kind of want to do that one. I'm gonna take the blue, like just to see. But common sense would be like, since this is like the bluish, pinkish, put the red. This has a flip. When I look down here, this looks like a burnt orange, like a burnt copper, but up here it doesn't. Okay, this is the blue, and this one is a hiccup. Excuse me. This is Forget Me Not. And I like this formula from them because it is smooth. There's no chunky monkeys in here. There's no flakies in here. This, it does, like now you can see both the colors, but when I do this and it pulls out that first shade, it looks like the same shade. This is nice, y'all. And I purchased this one. They didn't send this to me. I purchased this one. I don't know. I imagine that the larger channels don't buy much. The ones they get like tons of PR and they have like 100,000 subscribers and they get like 30,000 views on their videos. I wonder, like, even if they really like a brand, like, do they buy from it? Because they have so much content to do. If they do, Notoriously Morbid does not, we're not obligated to do content, but I do content, so I do it. You know what I'm saying? So they don't ask for it. They never ask for it. We're not obligated to do it. But I'm a content creator and I wear makeup, so I'm going to use it and show it and give my first impressions and, you know, all of that. But I wonder, and I think the answer is no. If those larger channels that receive a lot of PR because they get so much stuff, like what is it else that you can even think to buy? You know what I'm saying? Unless it's something from a brand that they don't get PR from and they're like, wow, I need to have it. But then I think about all of their other palettes and I'm just like, I'm sure they could do that. Yeah. But anyway, so I do wonder that sometimes because, and I'm proud to still buy from the brand. Yes, it's credit. But still, you know, I could have been like, oh, I'll just let it sit there until like whenever. But I'm like, no, I actually do use it to buy stuff from them. Thank you for those of you who use my links and codes. I received the payout today from Spotify, and I don't even use Spotify. So, I mean, I did download it for something because they moved platforms, but I really don't even remember like what brand that was. And I was shocked when I got the email, oh, we're sending you via the payment method you chose. And I'm just like, oh. And I checked the payment method and it was in there. I'm just like, wow. And that money, you know, the money that I do receive from you guys using my codes and my links, that money goes into my beauty budget account. And so stuff that I buy that you see and that I use, and when I do, you know, haul videos of new stuff, if I do have something new, that's how I'm able to get that stuff. And so I do appreciate that. Those of you who do, well, I appreciate all of you, but extra appreciation for those who do extra, because it is extra support using my links and codes. And so I want to thank you for that. Membership link is below. I know I just mentioned membership not too long ago. I do remember saying I figured out how I want to incorporate more member exclusive content without taking too much away from my regular content, because I never wanted it to seem like you have to be a member to see my videos, you know what I mean? And so that stuff is just extra, and I am going to keep it more so to Makeup by Dion Luvs, which is the pro membership, and also the Crazy Troll Nation official Ken membership, because they did extra, so I'm gonna do extra for them. You know what I mean? And we're gonna put that down. I feel like that took me a long time to do. Now we're gonna take this shade. We're gonna see. I remember I did a look before where it would have made sense to put the outer corner, well, the third shade and the first shade together, and the second shade and the fourth shade together. But I liked how it turned out, and that we were able to see like each individual color. And so this is how it looks on the brush. That's this shade, and this shade is Violet. I've been reading it wrong. This is the top row of shades. This is the second. So this first shade we put on is Plastic Flamingo. This shade is Indigo Go-Go. This one that we're using now is Poison Berry. I do apologize for that. So is there any on the brush? Ooh, that's pretty. I'm excited for this event. At first, I wasn't, because it was last minute. I reached out to them like a few months ago, and they said they would get back to me. And so I had it in my calendar with a question mark. And so I'm like, wait a minute, like, am I working or am I not working? And I saw that they didn't message me back, and then I'm like, I don't know if I want to message back, because I don't want to be a nuisance, you know what I mean? And then I'm like, so I just sent them a little short message, and they messaged me back, yeah, if you want to come and do makeup, we're game. I'm like, okay. So yeah, so that happened today, and the event is Saturday. So I'm just like, oh, okay. And I don't like last minute, but because my kits are always packed anyway, it's not like I have to do or gather stuff together. And as I mentioned earlier, I never took the chair out of my car. I took the ring lights down earlier, and so it'll just be my actual makeup that I need to take out there. We're doing a members exclusive on the 8th live stream for me to show them what I'm taking with me. And we may or may not do another member exclusive when I get back to say what I did use and to share my experience. Ooh, look how this blue shade, Indigo Go-Go, watch how that shifts over into this one. It looks like it could be one. Oh, I love it when different shades, it look like it can just be one multi-chrome. And y'all are like, well, just use one multi-chrome. I just like to put more than one shade on my lid. This is Pining for You. This is the last one of these shimmers. Oh, sorry if I shook you. My elbow. Ooh! Yeah, that caught me off guard because all the rest of them are light. So why would... Ooh. Okay. Look, and there's still some in the brush. I'm glad I did come over here, but not kept. Wow. Wow. Using the top edge of the brush. Wow. Oh my goodness. I did not dip back in. That was a lot. I didn't expect that. Oh. Oh. I'm gonna take a clean brush because I was just like, I'm a little shook. I'm like, what's happening? I know I have another one of those. I know I do. Where you at? Right here. We're not gonna put any more color on this brush. We're just gonna like pull this over because that came out like really dark and really nice, and the other side is rounded. So we're just gonna kind of round this off up here. Man, we're going to lightly tap, lightly, because this side is so bold, and this really isn't looking pastelish. Yeah, it's really not, but we're going to call it that, because it does look like it in the pan, more so the mattes, because it's not all this sparkly goodness. And I like that you can still see this poison berry in between this and that one. I do really like that. Right now I'm looking at the shakes. Excuse me. Ooh, excuse me. We're going to just bring this up some. I think what I want to do, take that brush that had poison berry on it. We're going to go back in the poison berry, tap off, and we're going to put that up here. So we're just going to bring it up a little bit because over here it is further up than here, and I didn't want to bring that green all the way in here. So we're just rounding this off to get it to look the same. Wow. I was taken by surprise, very much so. Woo. Okay, so E45, no, it's E49. I want another E45. E45. For lower lash line, we're going to, we're going to use these brushes. I didn't even do lower lash line. We're going to take this. This one is, I keep using this one. This is Commitment Issues. We're going to put this on our inner rims. It's not going to show up much just because of the nature of the color, but it does show up though. So this is with, and this is without. So it's like, is it there? Is it not there? Sort of like Groundwork Paint Pot. Is it there? Is it not there? And we're also going to put this underneath. I was thinking Strawberry Milk, but Strawberry Milk, we'll put it on. It doesn't show up much. It showed up on my inner rim, so some of it in part to it getting caught in my eyelashes, and so that makes it look like it's more there than it is, because it shows up more on my lashes, because my lashes are dark brown versus when it is just directly on my waterline and it doesn't go into my lashes. So that is that one. We're all just going to take my eyes. We're going to take Strawberry Milk just because of the wonderful things he does. All right. All right. strawberry milk. Oh man. Okay, that's okay. We're gonna put this underneath. I am glad that I got these pastel-ish colors. Because it's like, is it there? Is it not there? I can see it. So this is with strawberry milk. This is without, not much difference. But down here I can see it better than I can up here when I'm looking where you are. I'm trying to think for upper lash line what colors I want to use. Do I want to do another two-tone? Put one shade on first half of my upper lash line and another shade on the other half of my lower lash line. Okay, so that's all we're going to do with that. We're going to take, we're going to take this shade. This is Bright Bloom. These are a little powdery. And we're going to put that on the first half. I'm hoping this isn't too much because this is more so going to be like right up under the brow. Oh, okay. That's nice. So we are going like halfway over to here. And so I'm tapping and turning, tapping and turning, tapping and turning. And you see all of that. So then I tap off. And then we're going to put that right here on the first half under our brow. I would say transition area, but this technically is the transition area where I take my lid shades up to, so that when I look at you, you can see it more so than when I'm just looking down or if I close my eyes, as far as seeing it on my mobile lid. The mattes in here are powdery. I don't mind it. Just tap your brush off, or not if you want more of the color on you. This is a nice shade. This is definitely a pastel shade. Wow. And we're going to put that down. We're going to take the other one. I think I have 4 of these. And we're going to take the blue. Since that's what we put next down here. This blue is Forget Me Not. I know I told you all the wrong shades earlier. And so I'm tapping and turning. This one isn't as powdery as that pink. It's really not. Because even looking in here, you might not be able to see it. Probably not. Nope. I can see where it's just, not to say clumps, but I can see where it's powdery. It's not flat in the pan anymore. Because when I put the brush in it, it did puff up some. This, I don't know if this, I do think it's showing up, but I don't know if it's showing up because it's against those shimmer shades. You know what I'm saying? And even though I tapped in it, it's not showing up like the pink. That pink is very powdery. Yeah, so I don't know if this is the blue or if this is the blue pulling up some of the green, since I'm going like this and I am going over the green. Or maybe not, because it's doing the same thing over here. So it could be the same thing, or it could just be the way the shadow is showing up over the paint pot. So that's that. So lower lash line, what do we have? We're going to do this one first. This one first. And this shade is Violet Delights. And we're going to press that onto the brush, and we're going to put that on the first half of lower lash line. And we're going to turn the brush sideways so it'll come down a little bit further. I pressed in sideways this time versus on the tip of the brush. So I am excited. I'm excited to do some more faces, get some more pictures for my portfolio, and also it is just more exposure being at the event. And because the hosts are, this is the same group that did the event in May, and so I am excited. And they are responsive. Sometimes it just takes a while, and I got to circle back, and I don't always want to circle back because I don't know if, like, if they're not responding is saying it's a no and like here I come again, or is it just, oh yeah, time flew by and we just forgot, you know what I'm saying? But I do think they really forgot, because they are so friendly, y'all. Oh my gosh. And so I don't get the vibe that they were just like, we don't want her coming back here. Yeah, that was a great experience at their event. I'm not gonna say their first one, but I've been to their event before, just to be there. Actually, I volunteered for a snack bar. Now we're gonna take this one. Why am I backwards? And this one is Lily Limelight. Is this shade? Ooh, Lily Limelight. We have on all the colors. So I don't feel like I need to do look number 2 with this. Just move on to Angela's palette, especially because I'm not going to have another look done and posted, because I am putting these on the site, the event site, so people can see, you know, different things I do. And that's what I did before. The circus theme, I was doing the circus look, so they can see, okay, yeah, she could do that. And so the video that aired, the 90s trends, of course I put that picture on there. And that's going to be fun. Like if somebody tells me, yeah, I want you to block out my brows, y'all, I'm going to be like, woo. I still have not used those brow stencils. That did not show up a lot on my lower lash line. And the brush is sideways. This is, I think it's just the colors of these shades. But you know what though? These shimmers, y'all. Trying to bring it down, but it's not really showing up. Excuse me. So we used 8 shades. Easy. 4 on the lid, 2 for transition, and 2 underneath. Yeah. What are we gonna do for upper lash line? What are we gonna do for lip? I have these 3 lipsticks to use still before I put in my regular rotation. Y'all know I want to do an ombre with this black, but I'm thinking put this on and then this over top of it, because I think this will go better with the look. Or do that reverse ombre thing again. Y'all, that grew on me super quick, and people have been commenting like, oh, I love that lip, I love that lip, and I'm just like, because that blue shade by itself, I was like, I don't know, but it grew on me really fast, and I do like that ombre lip look. I did notice, however, that it made my teeth look a little yellow. But I was just like, So what are we gonna do? I'm thinking, I feel like I use this a lot. This is Acid Attitude, that orange. We used that in the last look we did. We're not gonna do that. I feel like I use this a lot too. We're gonna use this one. This turns red. We're gonna use that. The darker one. This duo right here is called Neon Nights. And so we're gonna, Neon Nights, we use Neon Garden palette. We're going to use this one that looks brown. It is not brown, y'all. It's red. First time I used it, I was just like, wait, what? Because I chose it because it looked red. It wasn't. I'm trying to look for a stained brush. A stained lethal brush to use with these lethal water liners. Because believe it or not, they stain. And I'm like, you're activated by water, so you should just come off. What? Why? Why I can't find a lethal eyeliner brush? Yeah, y'all, I took them all out. And there's one left in there. This is one of the lethal ones. But these are all my brushes. I'm like, I know I got some lethal in here. Where's the other ones at? That is so weird. I'm looking to see if... You know what, y'all? I just dropped another brush. You know what? I had 2 of them sitting out right here. Well, one of them sitting out right here. This I was going to use for brow arch, but we didn't do a brow arch. Okay. And I don't even know which one I dropped. Alright, so we're going to go into the water and mix up this water liner. We're going to tap the brush in the water. We're going to tap it on the cloth, and we're going to go into this. And so you see it's starting to turn red already. But then when it dries brown. This brush is fraying, which means I need to be careful to just use the tip. Let me start in the middle. Use the tip of the brush, because if I use the side of the brush, it's going to fray. Well, it's already frayed. It's going to blow out the eyeliner, and then it's going to be too thick. This is pretty. This is really pretty. And I'm still sitting here just holding this palette. This is pretty. It's very pretty. I know I keep saying that. I'm just like, wow. I'm gonna dip the brush in the water just a little bit. We didn't tap off this time. Oh, and it's running too much. So on my palette down here, I'm tapping the brush onto the palette because it is way too much water on it. And it would just, the liner would just bleed everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. I leave this part of the video in so you can see, like, if you did get these, what it takes to use it. Like, it's not something super quick, like if it was just like a pencil liner or even a liquid liner. So it does take a little bit more time. Oh no, it just got quiet. I'm gonna turn that fan off. Oh, now it's really quiet. Yeah. I can hear it. Like, if I do videos after, girl, when I do pictures after the video and I'm looking at the video, because what I do is I click record and I do the poses like I do when I do pictures here. And then, you know, I pause it and take a picture. And that fan sounds so loud. And maybe, I don't know why, because when I'm talking, maybe because I'm so quiet, and y'all hear it's quiet in here, it's so peaceful. This has that accidental swoosh. Let me see if I pull it out, excuse me for smacking, if it'll make it look straight, because sometimes it does. I did put on the City Beauty lip oil. That did not help, because sometimes when I pull it out, it'll make it not look like a swoosh. But yeah, we're just gonna have our swoosh today. This side is really nice. And maybe that's why, because it's so quiet in here. And even in the videos, when I watch it back, I don't hear that fan. And I don't hear it like I hear this one. But when I'm not talking and I'm just doing pictures, like after the fact, I'm like, damn, that thing is loud. What are we looking for? Mascara. Well, I wonder, should I do white? I'm not going to do white on the bottom. So we're going to put on mascara. So I am excited to go again. I'm not going to take everything. I'm not going to take the water paints. I do think it would be fun though, to do like full face paint. And then I thought about taking the water activated ones, but I'm like, you know what? You don't need to take everything everywhere. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to take everything to every event. However, being down there is where I would use that stuff versus just the individual client. You know what I mean? It's just so much stuff to carry. I do have help when I'm there, and I usually do take like 2 trips. Like I never took the chair out my car, well, my SUV, and I took the ring lights down today. So that'll still leave me, if I don't condense the 2 kits, I'll have 2 kits to carry and a bag, the Mayround bag, which just has odds and ends in it. The flyer is in there, the 2 sheets are in there, the Mayround brushes. But I have that brush caddy, which is just regular brushes. The Mayround brushes are the ones I use for the paints. And so if I don't take the paints, I don't need to take those. And I feel like somebody would ask for it just because I don't have it. But I can always do face paint with eyeshadows, because I love shading with eyeshadows. I saw one of the Mayround videos and she put on a cream face paint, and then she put powder on top of it to do the contour and all of that. And I'm like, you know what? I didn't think to do that. But I do remember saying, and I think that one was cream based, or was it water? It was water based. And they dry down, so I don't necessarily have to set those. But that would be nice. I think a nice thing to do for the cream, because the cream ones, the oil-based ones, they do not set at all. So I would have to set it with translucent powder. But I could easily do shading with eyeshadow. And it's a 90's theme. And the 90's theme, none of it was face paint. But you know, for that community, and that group only does 3 events a year, and that looks nice. They are very popular. And people do want different stuff. I only had one person that just wanted just a regular makeup look. What are we gonna do for the lip? We're gonna do that dark shade. That'll just leave room to use. Y'all know I leave room already because it's black. So we're gonna put on Wool of Bat, Rich Deep Cherry Red. And then we're gonna top it in the center with Frozen Max Lip Glass, the non-sticky formula. So let's put this on. Y'all, I'm gonna love this because it's dark. It smells so nice. It is really nice. Looks nice. Smells nice. I'm trying to think now. Do I always start with my bottom lip? Or do I sometimes start with the top? I think I always start with the top. I mean the bottom. I think I always start at the bottom. Y'all, this top lip is looking crazy. This side came above my lip line. So we're gonna bring this up just a little bit further, not too much. Oh Lord. Not too much as I did too much. Well, D, if you stop talking, it might be easier to apply your lipstick. Especially a liquid lipstick, because if it goes somewhere you don't want it to go, it's gonna stay there. Okay. So we're gonna go back in. This color is pretty. This is pretty. Oh my gosh. I love me a dark lip. This lip line up here is still looking, and my lips are not symmetrical anyway. It's like, the more I try, the more asymmetrical they look. I want to leave it. This is above my lip line. One side of my lip is thinner than the other side, and I forget which is which. So we're gonna just let this dry and it is almost dry already. I do have a fan that I purchased specifically to take with me. And we're gonna take, this is Frozen and it's described as Scatter Pearl. We're gonna put this on the interior of our lip. Right here. Ooh. Girl! Excuse me. When I first put that on, it looked blue. But then when I blend it out, it doesn't. And do I care that this is cross-contaminated? No. Because this is mostly what I'll use it for. Oh man, girl, you look good. So this is... Some of you laughed at that, the way I just did that. This is the look, y'all. I love it. And you can see the green, you can see reddish, you can see this turquoise, and you can see the pink, which shifts like a blue. So I'm gonna look down so I can look in this mirror as I turn. And it looks like it's just one multi-chrome. This surprised the hell out of me. That shade is bright. Y'all, this is nice. And I like it that we did a dark lip this time. Not only because I love a dark lip, but it does just kind of pop. And I think it pulls off of that pinky blue shade and this reddish shade right there. That's nice. So we're going to go. Thank you for being here. Let me know what you think. Stuff is popping up over here and you will see me soon. Thanks.